Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all well. So today I look odd because I don't have any foundation or anything on. I'm doing a review and a demo of the Artis brushes. These brushes are like the hairbrush brushes, and everyone's like been like talking about them, like are they good, are they not? So today I'm just gonna be doing a demonstration and also a review about them. So if you're interested, then please keep watching. So I personally picked up 4. I picked up the Oval 7 brush, the Circle 1R brush, the Oval 4 brush, and the Oval 3 brush. So they come in a box like so. I feel like it's a bit excessive for it to come in a box, but for how much you pay and the type of brush, it makes sense kinda. And then it comes like this, and then you just like pick it out here, but I can't because of my nails, so I just pull it. And then it looks like this. So this one is the Oval 7. So this is the larger one that I have, and I'm going to use this for foundation and everything. And as you can see, it kind of like bends here so that it can perfectly apply to the face and such not. So I'm just going to go in and get into my makeup and show you how I use it. So I've already prepped and primed my skin, and I'm going to go in with the NARS Sheer Glow foundation in the shade Barcelona. So all the reviews I've seen have said to use less, so I'm only going to go in with this amount and then just see what happens. Okay. Yeah, I totally get like the whole less is more thing. Okay. So I'm just like smearing it because I've seen people like they say don't tap it or anything, just like smudge it. So that's like all I'm really doing. This is like so hard like not to like dab, like, you know, with a beauty blender and that. Okay. I like the way that it feels. It's very soft, and like the hairs kind of like bend towards like where you are in your face, like here, as you can see. The brushes kind of like bend in that. I really like that. And I feel like it's made my foundation look full coverage, where like usually I wouldn't really go full coverage with this foundation. But it's applied like flawlessly, really. Let me just blend all this in so I'm not walking around with the slag line. So as I said, that was the Oval 7 that I used. I really like the way it's made my foundation look, and it's not like wet or anything really. Like sometimes foundation can come off damp. I really like that. So then I'm going to go in with concealer. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer and just popping that under my eyes. So the one for my under eye concealer I'm going to use is the Oval 3 brush. And then this one comes like this, and it says lift here to release brush. I didn't understand that, and I was like struggling for ages, but then I got it out. So if you can see, this one's a lot smaller and the angle is bent a lot more, and it's quite like narrow as well. So I'm just going to blend out this. Okay, I don't really feel like I like this for concealer. I think I chose this for concealer because it's a bit more like smaller, but I feel like it's taking away the product rather than like keeping it there. If you guys watch my channel, you know that I like to like pat my under eye concealer in. Let's see what it's like for like around the brows. I don't know if I like this one. I don't know if I would really have a use for it. So next I'm going to go in and contour. I'm not actually going to use any of the Artis brushes for this, but I'm just going to show you anyway. This is the Tarte, the Sculptor Contour and Highlight Duo. And I first just go in with a small definer brush just to blend out the nose and the lip. And then I just take a Real Techniques Expert Face brush just to buff out the face contour. One thing that I noticed about using the foundation brush, I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but like my freckles on my forehead, like here, are coming through, and I really like that. So I like what it did to the foundation. And then for my cream highlight, I'm going to go in with the Shiseido Perfecting Stick Concealer in the shade 11 Light. Then I'm going to take the Oval 4 brush to buff this out, and this one's the Oval 3 and this is the 4. So this one is a bit more fatter, obviously, because it's the number 4, and it just seems a little bit more rounded. This one's quite narrow, so I'm going to use this one. This one again, like the brush is kind of like bend to wherever you take it, which is really nice. And then I just thought that I'm going to do one eye with the Oval 4, and I actually have one of the MAC ones. This is the Oval 6 for the MAC, and I'm going to do the other eye with this so you can kind of see the difference, because a few people have asked me how I feel about this one as well. So I'm just going to go in and do this eye with this one and the MAC one with that one. So it seems like a little bit stiffer for the under eye, and I don't really like the thought or the concept of dragging my under eye. But you know, that's what we're here to learn. It's very good for like sharpening your contour. And then the MAC one, like I said, this is the Oval 6. I think this is the largest one that the MAC collection have, but I'm not entirely sure. The MAC one I have used before in a tutorial. I'll leave it linked down below. The MAC one I feel like doesn't bend to how you want it, and I just don't feel very like confident or comfortable when I use this, especially not for foundation. I feel like it's a bit small for foundation, but for the under eye I think it's a bit big. So I kind of struggle to use this and like where I should use it. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to tell, but this one, which is the MAC one, you can kind of still see like the line of my bag here. Like if you guys can see closer here, it's a lot more defined, whereas this one's kind of like smudged it and blurred it. I would bear that in mind as well. But apart from that, I think I just prefer the Artis side a lot more. Like I feel like I can see like a complete noticeable difference between the two. I don't know if you guys can tell or what. So I'm just going to quickly set my under eye so that I can use the final brush, and then we can do our proper review. So the last brush that I have is the Circle 1R brush. So it's kind of like a little dome like so, and I'm going to try and use him for the lower lash line, just smoke it out a little bit. Just going to be brushing this along the lower lash line. Okay, I like the way that it's made it look. Like it's kind of like easily smoked out. I'm just using my bronzer colour here, and it's quite like easily smoked it out, like really easy. So if I just take some more of that bronzer colour and just like pop it in here, I feel like it's hard not to like do what you'd usually do with brushes, but I like this one, and I like the way that it's done on the lower lash line as well. Okay, so now that I'm back, I will give you my conclusions. So like I said, I used 4 of their brushes. The first one I used was the Oval 7, and I used this for my foundation. I loved this brush. I think I'm going to use it a lot. I loved the way that it made my skin look, and I love the way that it made my foundation look. Like they always say, you do not need a lot, and you honestly don't. I felt like the amount I used was probably just perfect. Like it just covered all my face, and that was not a lot compared to how much I usually use. And it makes your skin just looks like your skin again, and I just love this. I think I'm like 99% sure that they do an Oval 8, which is a bigger one. I don't know if I would get that one personally, because I feel like this one was just the right size. I feel like anything bigger is just like you're gonna be like baking your face. I think it might be good for like face powder or something, but I love the Oval 7. So this one for me, if you're gonna make an order, is a must, the Oval 7. The next one that I used was the Oval 3, which was more of like the narrower one. I personally would give this a miss. I don't know if it's because I didn't use it right. I was thinking like maybe like eyebrow concealer, but I wouldn't fork out that much money for this just to do like your eyebrow concealer. If you have any recommendations of how I should use it, then let me know. And then I was also thinking of like my nose contour, but then again, do I really want to fork out this much money for a nose contour? I can get a cheaper brush, I use a cheaper brush, so for me I would say no to him. Then was the Oval 4 brush. Again, I liked this, but if I had the choice, I wouldn't get this again. This one I would definitely use over the MAC one. I feel like the brushes on each brush are very different. Try the MAC one out on your hand if you want to. If they have it in your stores, ask them to demonstrate it on you. I felt like the MAC one just did not work with products, whereas this one does. But then again, I'm still not a fan of the brush anyway. I feel like if the shape was a little different, then it would be nicer, but then that's probably because I didn't pick up the right brush. I could have gone with a 5 maybe. But yeah, so that's the oval 4. I'd say if this came in a set and you're going to get the set, then try and use it, but I personally would not go out and buy this again. And then finally was the Circle 1R brush. I actually really liked this. I like the way that it pretty much automatically gave me a smoked out lower lash line, but it's also the thing again, am I going to be willing to pay this much money just to have a quick smoky lash line? Probably not. But again, I really do actually like this one, and I think out of all of them, I would just recommend these two. Just this one, just to try and see how you like it. I've seen a few YouTubers that like it, even for like brow concealer or like, I don't even know, like highlighting your Cupid's bow maybe, I don't know, just to have like a play with if it came in a set again, like the oval 4 brush that I mentioned. But yeah, I wouldn't go out and buy this one again, but I would definitely buy this one. And I think if you're gonna get only one or like a couple, I'd definitely recommend this one. I think it's amazing. Like I said, I haven't used the oval 8 obviously, but I think that the 7 is a perfect size for me. So that was my little review, guys. I hope you found it useful and helpful. If you did like this video, then please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment, share and subscribe to my channel. And until next time, guys, I will see you guys soon. Bye.